What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. It is Sunday. I'll try to make this quick. I do want to go over the WOTOKEN scam. And guys, be careful out there. There's tons of scams. There's even promoters promoting scams. Don't know if they know they're scams or not, but just be careful. Also, don't forget there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. Let's get on with it. All right, guys, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not trading advice, investment advice, any of that. There's a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it. And always remember, this is my opinion, not yours. We're going to take a look at this. It's just like the Plus token. If you guys were around for that, Plus token was a scam. They scammed a bunch of Bitcoin out of people, and then they claimed that was what caused the big drop as they sold off. That may happen again, and that may be the cause of this big drop. I believe everything is already burnt in the charts. So, but anyways, the new Plus token, Chinese scam, WOTOKEN stole over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It was a smart online wallet for cryptocurrencies that generated automatic profits for users without their involvement. Guys, be careful with these, wallets that are just apps and you don't actually have something holding your private keys like a hard wallet. I do have links below for Ledger and LPL Titan. Definitely check them out. They're both great wallets. Those are what I use. You don't have to use my link, but I do have links down below, and I believe you get discounts using my link. So check it out. Not your keys, not your cryptos. Keep your crypto off the exchanges if you're not trading them. But let's see what they stole. They within a period, 715,249 people registered on its platform. WOTOKEN absorbed from them 46,000 Bitcoins, over 2 million Ethereum, 292,000 Litecoins, 56,000 BCH, 684,000 EOS, and large quantities of several other less known digital currencies. That's a lot of money, guys. Be careful. There's a lot of scams out there. Like I said, there's a lot of people promoting scams, and I think a lot of it's out of greed, or maybe they actually believe in them. I'm not sure, but you be the judge of that. But a lot of these staking projects and whatever that are just claiming if you own a master node, you are going to get this much a month, blah, blah, blah. Sure sounds like a Ponzi to me. They got to keep people buying in so they can pay the people that are already in. Them are Ponzi's, guys. Be careful. Don't get scammed into this crap. There's so many scams in crypto, guys. Just be careful. All right. Looking at the news headlines. As U.S. pumps trillions in the economy, Bitcoin price likely to be affected. Bitcoin price charts hint at the most exciting breakout in over 2 years. This minor cryptocurrency is on track to smash Bitcoin. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Crypto Twitter fails to explain Bitcoin to exhausted JK Rowling. How investors are presented with Bitcoin. Not a whole lot of either bearish or bullish news. Let's see what the crypto fear and greed index. We're at 40. We dropped 1 point from yesterday. Still in the fear. And let's get on with the charts. So this is the monthly. We've had these trend lines here, watching the 93.40 and 85.57. Again, this is the monthly chart. We still are in the middle of the month. So a close above the 83 or 93.40 would be bullish in my opinion on the monthly. A close in between, neutral. Close below 85.50, bearish. And this is my wife's webpage. If you guys want to help support the channel, definitely check it out. There's a link below in the description. It's inkerimage.com. She has a lot of cool crypto stuff on here. You can put any crypto on any of this stuff you want. There's also long sleeve tees and hoodies that aren't listed. Just hit her up in the contact. All right, let's look at the weekly. And guys, before we begin, please hit that like button. I know a lot of people forget to do that. So while you're thinking about it, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave your comments down below, and let's get into it. All right, so on the weekly, we have this major trend line right here from these two wicks, and I like to use the wicks, guys. I know a lot of people are saying we already broke it, waiting for a close using these trend lines down here, but the wicks are way more accurate, guys. So yeah, and as of right now on the weekly, and the weekly closes today, it's about 10,500. So weekly close above that would be extremely bullish in my eyes. We will take a look at the bearish and the bullish case scenario. I'm still bearish here, even though we're getting this little pump that people are super excited about, and is what it is. But be careful, guys. All right, looking in the yellow here, we have this falling broadening wedge, which we are outside of right now. The measured move of that is 16,000. That's the bullish case scenario. But guys, we have to close the daily above the 10,500, in my opinion, before heading to those highs. Now let's look at, and I'll show you why I believe there could be a huge dump today. We've been talking about it for quite a while now, and we watched it last week, how it happened. So I just want to go over that real quick. We'll do that in a minute. We do have this trend line here off of these wicks down here. If we were to come back and test this trend line, would be around between the 44 and 4,500, depending on where we would hit. We do have the 200 EMA sitting at 50, right about the $5,500 range as we speak. Then we have this longer trend line from back in 2016. If we were to come back and test this, it would be most likely, depending how quick we would come down, if we were going to hit it. And guys, I'm not saying we're going to hit these. I'm saying keep in mind these are still very possible. Unless we break that 10.5, then I'll quit looking at these. But if we were to retest this white trend line between 26 and 28,000, then if we were to come back and test the trend line from the bottom of this rising broadening wedge, could be down to the $1,000 to $1,200 range. And again, I'm not saying we're going there. I'm saying it's a possibility. We have major support here at 8,500. We'll see how that handles if we make it back down to it. Let's go into the RSI, and let's look at the EMAs. The EMAs on the weekly are looking pretty damn bullish. They are. Let's zoom in a little bit. We have, all of them have crossed the 8, the 13, and the 21 have crossed the 55. Could it be a fake out when we turn around? I still believe there's a big possibility of that. Let's look at the weekly channel, or the weekly RSI. This is the channel we've been watching right here. Now, we are outside of it, quite a bit up outside of it as of right now. There's still a possibility we get a huge dump and come back in here tonight. Be aware that it did happen last week. I don't think we were quite this high out of it, but we were out of it last week, and we did drop down back inside it before close. So keep that in mind. Even if we do close up here, I think we're going to come back down to retest the top of this on the weekly. And remember, this is the weekly, guys, so it takes a while to play out. But our weekly close will be today. Let's see what happens here. Last week, right here, you can see what happened last week when we were outside of it, like I had said, and we just came, or actually, this is last week. Sorry about that. We were outside of it last week too, way up here, and we came back down and closed within it, which could be exactly what happens today, and that would be closing back below the 89, around the $9,000 range. Could we have a $700 dump? Definitely. Let's see what happens. Daily. So the daily, again, we have our 10.5 up here, which is extremely important. I changed this up. I lost all my drawings for some reason on this, so it might be a little different than what we're used to, but I still have our rising broadening wedge in here, which we had our capitulation where we fell out of it here. I was looking for a retest. We did not quite hit it here. We are still in this rising channel. If we hit within the next few days, if we hit this 10.5, we could be retesting the bottom of this and coming down. That's the bullish case. The bearish case is we have topped out and are going to continue down from here. Let me get this arrow out of the way. All right, so looking at the rising channel here, the measured move, if we're to fall out, let's say we were to fall out in the next day or two. Straighten this up a little bit. If we were to fall out in the next day or two, we would be looking at this 62.23, which is the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement from this swing low to this swing high. Actually, this needs to go up a little bit. And it goes up just a hair. So that is where I'm looking at. I've had this target at 5,400 for a very long time. I'm still looking at this as a possibility. But the numbers you see in white here are the Fibonacci retracements. 0.236 is at 86.28. If we break below that, guys, it's going to get pretty ugly. We're at least coming down to around the 79.70 range. 7,700 has been support and resistance for a very long time. That's a very powerful area. I would expect at least a bounce there if we get down to there. Maybe come up, retest the 85 and continue down. The 0.5 is at 69.50. And of course, our golden pocket zone is in between 6,050 and 6,250, right in that area. The 618 is 6,223. That is still the area I'm looking at, guys. Of course, unless we break the 10.5, then everything changes. If we do break the 10.5, most likely we would break up pretty good, and I would wait for it to come back and to retest before entering, if that was the case. If you guys are interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. If you're interested in leverage trading, be careful. You can win a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money. Just don't use super high leverage, and don't put in more than you're willing to lose. Always use stop losses, guys. Prime XBT, you do get a 50% bonus on top of whatever you deposit, up to 1 Bitcoin, by using my promo code Savy50, and then Savy25 will get you 25% off all your trading fees for, I believe, 1 month. And I also have a couple other exchanges down there. I have Bybit and I have Dudex, which Dudex, for new people, offers a risk management tool on there that's pretty cool. It's a little bit easier to figure risk, so check them out if you're interested. I use all three of them depending on what I'm trading and what kind of trading I'm doing. Prime XBT offers Forex, commodities. You can do gold, silver, oil, S&P, all that stuff. So check them out. I do get a small commission for you guys using my links, but if you're going to trade anyway, I appreciate it. It's a hell of a way to support the channel. All right, so that's what I'm looking at here, guys. The EMAs are looking pretty damn bullish. Now, this is one more thing I wanted to talk about, is this golden cross right here. The 55 has crossed the 200 EMA. I know a lot of people use the regular moving averages. I like EMAs because Bitcoin is not that old of a market, and it's very volatile. So as you can see, this was a golden cross here, which had a huge run up. Now, is that going to happen again, or are we going to get something more like this one we had back here? We raised above it and had a huge drop coming off of it. I think that's more likely what's going to happen. But again, guys, I could be wrong. I am giving you my opinion. A lot of these other channels, they'll give you both scenarios, and they don't actually give you an opinion. But as soon as one of the scenarios happen, then on their next video, they'll say, like I said, they don't say anything about the other, about saying it was bearish or bullish or whatever. They only go to act like they called it. I am giving you both case scenarios, but I am giving you my opinion with it. And remember, that's just my opinion. But I am still thinking we're going to fall out of this channel within the next maybe week or so if we don't break this 10.5, and we're coming down to these ranges, in my opinion. Let's look at the RSI. So in the RSI, this is another reason I think we're going to be falling. As you can see here, we had a falling broadening wedge within this big rising channel, and we broke bullish out of the falling broadening wedge. Now we are in a rising broadening wedge, and they usually break bearish. A retest of this trend line, probably around the 85 to 8600, depending on where we would hit it, would be a retest of the bottom of this wedge in the RSI. And if that breaks, guys, then we know what happens. This red line, which is a 7700, would line up with this support and resistance line here. And if that was to break, we'd be coming down to retest the bottom here, which I think would be in between the $51 and $6,200 range. And I showed you why. 4 hour, same thing. You know, we're getting this little pump up right now, but if you look at it, we're still making lower lows. If we break this high of 10,073, then we could be coming up to retest this rising broadening wedge, the bottom of it, like we talked about. But that's where I'm at with it, guys. If we do a Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high here, the golden pocket area is around 8,800, which would line up with the bottom of this trend line here. So keep that in mind. I still think it's a good possibility we have a dump today, if not next week. But everyone's getting really super bullish here, which if you're bullish, great. If you believe it, I do not. As you can see, I have this rising channel that we're within here, and I put a trend line off of these two peaks right here. Will we get up here and get our rejection, or does this break? And that would be probably most likely breaking the 99.50 area and going up towards that 10.5. Let's see what happens. Litecoin, same thing, guys. Let's see what Litecoin's doing in the price action. We're in this rising channel, broke out of it. We've been playing in and out of it now. We are back inside of it, but we're getting rejected at the 200 EMA. But again, if we look at the EMAs here, the 8s looking across 55, the EMAs do look bullish for Litecoin. We do have major resistance here at 44.83. And if we were to come up and retest this trend line, we'd be looking around the $47 range. Otherwise, if we break back down below this, our next support would be 41.09. And then our Fibonacci retracements to 37.97, $40 range. And the golden pocket here is around the $35 range, between $34 and $35. The 0.786 would be $30. There is much lower targets. Like I said, if Bitcoin was to go to its lower lows, we have lower targets for that too, but we'll only talk about that if it happens. If we're able to break bullish and break up out of this and break above the 47.25, the double top here would be 51.02. If we come all the way back up and retest the top of this channel, could get us as high as 56.58. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing, rising channel that we broke out of. We're back within it now. We actually just broke this high back here. So could we be coming up to retest the 0.618, which is at 215? Definitely a possibility. We'll see what happens. If we drew a trend line across these wicks right here, we have broken out of that. And let's take I didn't notice this earlier, but let's just take a look at it. If this was a rising, broadening wedge. Taking a look at the bearish case, guys. Again, or the bullish case, I'm not too bullish here, but let's just see what it says. That would bring us up to the $247 range if we did that measured move there. So that's the bullish target for Ethereum. Let me get that in there. So that's the bullish target for Ethereum, but the bearish target is, of course, back down to these levels. If we do get up to this level, then we would move our Fibonacci retracement, and that would change all of these targets right here. So we will be keeping you updated. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and yeah. You can subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Smash those likes. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and are you really bullish here, or do you think this could be a fake out? Do you think we're going to get a dump tonight? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks, guys.